Hi, I'm Benoît.
And I'm Clément.
And we are here today to present you our open source project OpenRAG to compare RAG methods.
So we will start by cloning the OpenRAG project and then install it on our computer. So we start by to get the URL and then we will go to the folder we want and clone it. Then we will go to the Docker folder and start the Docker file we want. For example, here we will use the API Docker file. It will take a few minutes, like 10 or 15 minutes to install, and we'll get you back in a few minutes. So then it's installed, and we can go to this URL to run the front of OpenRAG project. At first, we will see the chat one, but we need to create the database. So go to the database pages, choose a name. For example, here we use the OpenRAG documentation. We create a database. It's created, and we need to upload document on this database. We can upload many types of documents, but here we will use the zip format to upload two documents at the same time, which is two documents about OpenRAG project. Then we also need to choose a way to run the LLM. We have two types of LLM provider, see if you can say. We have OpenAI and Mistral, which is two private company providers. And if you want a more secure way to avoid that your document go on another server or computer than your company, you can use OLAMA or VLM, which is two secure way to process your document. Then you can save the configuration and go to the chat part and run a test, a first test. We can use any RAGs we implemented on the project, for example, the naive RAG. Choose a database on which you want to ask questions, and initialize the RAG. It can take several minutes to initialize it. Here it's quite fast as we only have two documents. We can ask questions about the document we just uploaded. I ask a question, and then you can see that the RAG answers with the documentation we upload. But we also implement a chatbot, like OpenAI chatbot, and if we run the same test, you can see the answer will be way different, which is coherent by the fact we are using RAGs.
Okay, next you go to the benchmark section. First, you have to select all the RAGs you want to try. And secondly, you have to upload a document containing queries specific to your use case on which you want to test the RAGs method and the expected answers to get the best value of our benchmark. Then you have to choose the database on which you want to perform the benchmark on, and then you click on Generate Benchmark. And then we wait. Okay, then when the benchmark is finally done, you can now navigate into the results. Our evaluation is divided into four aspects. The first one is the token consumption of each RAG method during each phases. The second one is to evaluate the efficiency of each RAG method, divided into 2 points. The first one is the context analysis, where we evaluate the context faithfulness and the context relevance. And the second point is to compare each generated answers to the answers you give us. The third one is the answering time comparison for inference purposes. And then the last one is the energy consumption for ecological purposes. And we also added an arena where we compare each RAGs in a 1v1 situations. Of course, you can also download the report and also all the answers given during the benchmarks. Then, for a deeper analysis, you can go to the RAG Maker section, where you can choose an already existing RAG and then modify its parameters to find the optimized RAG for your use case. Then you can create this custom RAG and then use it on the benchmark or the chat section. You can also add some advanced configuration where you can actually try new prompt system very specific for your use cases, and then use it on the chat or the benchmark. Thank you for watching, and we hope this video will help you.